Hello, welcome back to my little segment on the chariot. I'm going to show you the image again so that you can remember what she looks like. You can see she's in her chariot. She's all dressed in red. She has lovely red plumes in her hair. Her bow and arrow, her arrow is pointing towards the moon, and if you look at the horse, you can see it has 3 extra outlines in different colours, which is portraying the 4 powers that I was talking about in the earlier segment. So now I would like to talk a little bit about the numerology of it. So numerologically, you can look at this image as being a synthesis of the 7 archetypes preceding it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, which would be the magician, the high priestess, the god of the grove, the goddess of the grove, the lovers, and the chariot. All of these together as singular archetypes, but all coming together for this particular stage in the spiritual journey. Each image up until this one can be understood as an archetype, but this is the first stereotypical image of the questing hero or heroine entering the underworld. At the beginning of the journey, the fool stepped onto the path and made the decision to become a magi, or one who controls his own destiny. After travelling inward and experiencing the god and goddess within, meeting and receiving guidance from the inner teacher, sorry I missed number 5, which is the Hierophant shaman also, my bad. Meeting and receiving guidance from the inner teacher or the shaman Hierophant, then begin the process of self-refinement at the lover's image. So now you understand that to become your true potential, you must create yourself anew. The chariot is the vehicle in which you do this. You begin with your physical body as your temple, and you learn to treat it with respect, listening to your body's consciousness. Take in what it is trying to tell you and what you should change, if you should change things, in order to perfect your vehicle for transition. This may at some point involve initiation into one of the healing systems or old ways of wisdom and knowledge, or even rediscovering lost ways that you bring back to life. If you think of each of the archetypes that has gone before this one as different aspects of the personality within, and in the greater perspective as 7 different traditions or lineages from the past which still have an influence on you today, I have a little exercise that you can do if you have a tarot deck. So I would like you to take out number 1, which is the magician, and number 6. And place the messenger above the lovers, so the magician card above the lovers, and just think about some of the things that we have discussed. Think about the application of ritual magic and willpower, love and the full faculties of our consciousness. We can institute change and movement, directing influence and creating our vehicle for moving onwards and upwards, figuratively and literally. One of the names for this process is the Merkaba, Now, if you've been following the Egyptian initiate stuff, there has been quite a lot of talk about the Ka and the Ba, which is really interesting. Mer meaning light, Ka representing spirit, and Ba meaning body. So during this process in the chariot archetype and path working, you are literally creating a light body in which you can travel to other realms and receive wisdom, teachings, and information that you would not otherwise be able to reach in normal waking states of consciousness. So you have to put yourself into a different state of consciousness, thereby allowing you to reach it. So it's not something that would be available to you in daily waking consciousness, because you have to make that transition between the liminal boundary of waking and dreaming, or other consciousness, other worldly consciousness outside of the physical body. It is often referred to as a vehicle for teachings to be transmitted back and forth through time. So perhaps being able to access wisdom and knowledge from the masters who have passed before by getting into this vehicle of transition and being thereby able to access the information. The activation of the spirit body or light body is the process of ascension and creation of your own light and spirit body or chariot. The term chakra roughly translates as spinning wheel, and when all of your chakras or energy centers are all functioning in harmony with each other, you can reach the perfect union with yourself and the universe. This will lead to you being open to the receiving and transmitting of your own frequency, as well as channeling the information of or from the teachers who went before us. So you are cultivating your own frequency or signal, which is a two-way transmission. It's not just one way. You're not just listening and taking in, you're also transmitting as well as receiving. The idea being that ascended masters use these spinning vortices when working with those still here on the earth plane, and in receiving attunements into the various energy healing systems or old ways, you can access this vibrational frequency and tune in to those who went before you. So there is another little exercise. Take out the High Priestess and the Hierophant Shaman from your tarot deck. Obviously, you can use any of the tarot cards that you have just for this to ponder the relationship between them. So, looking at these two archetypes, what significance does it have to you, and what relationship do you see between those? There's a couple of key words associated with the Chariot archetype, and I would put those as perfection, attainment, openness, receiving, cleansing, and refinement. And this is all to do with your personality and the work that you are doing on your personality. So, before I finish, there's a couple of questions I would like you to ask yourself. Are you ready to cleanse your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit? And looking at your life, are there areas where there is clutter that you have accumulated? whether this is physical hoarding or emotional baggage, spiritual dead weight, beliefs that no longer serve, stagnant ways of thinking, all of which require cleansing. And the path working that I have written for this stage in the Initiate's Way for the Chariot allows you to do that, to begin your cleansing process. So I think maybe I will organise a live, I don't know whether to do it on here or on Facebook. I don't know. I'll have a think about that, but it would be nice if we could have a little group gathering where we can do this process, this path working together. So if you're interested in that, do shout, send me a message, leave a comment, whatever, and I will speak to you again soon. Be well, be happy, be healthy and sane, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now.